I had Joel Gustafson and Jess Gries into the studio last fall to talk about Seed Spirit Distilling, and specifically the recent news of their expansion into what was the Funkwerks portion of the building on Lincoln Avenue in Fort Collins. We tasted lots of samples, and the guys shared a lot of stories, but with the two of them, there wasn't really time to do justice to the journey of either partner. In the meantime, we were honored to have Seed Spirit partner with the LoCo Experience podcast as our spirit sponsor, and with the opening of their new space coming up in Q2, it seemed like a perfect time to get to know Joel and his passion for community and adventure and dreams for the future a little better. We enjoyed some FoCo LoCos with Seed Spirit's delicious rum, coconut water, and lime. We shared a lot of laughs, touched on the source of Joel's drive to create meaningful community, and I know you're going to love my conversation with Joel Gustafson, so please join me and enjoy. Welcome to the LoCo Experience podcast. On this show, you'll get to know business and community leaders from all around northern Colorado and beyond. Our guests share their stories, and through it all, you'll be inspired and entertained. These conversations are real and raw, and no topics are off limits. So pop in a breath mint and get ready to meet our latest guest. Welcome back to the LoCo Experience podcast. My guest today is Joel Gustafson, the founder, CEO, and head distiller at Seed Spirit Distilling.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, Joel.
Hey, it's great to be back.
Joel and his partner Jess were here, maybe in October?
Yeah, it was a few,
September, October?
2 months ago. Yeah,
maybe it was,
it was closer to December.
Was it really? Okay. Yeah. It seems like a long time ago.
Flies.
I've drank a lot of your product since then. So,
it's the benefits of being a sponsor.
Thanks, I've mentioned it a few times, but thanks to Seed Spirit Distilling for providing our spirit needs here at the LoCo Experience podcast.
Our pleasure.
And congratulations to you on the near future expansion of your vertically integrated enterprise with the tasting room coming. So can we start with what's new? What are you working on?
Yeah. Well, we took over Funkwerks Brewing in January and been busting butt over there to get her operational and get her ready for the spring and patio season and I guess nice weather season, but it's been nice weather all winter long. Yeah, we're moving forward with kind of an oyster forward cocktail lounge vibe, but also we have a lot of different elements. My background is in culinary arts. I went to culinary school out of high school, and so I wanted to bring in a bunch of different elements so we have a plethora of options when we're creating menus in the future. We have a wood-fired pizza oven to do a bunch of wood-fired dishes, pizzas, as well as like wood-fired wings. Awesome. And then elevate it up a little bit and like bone marrows and Rockefellers and things of that nature. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of oysters, so you know my passion has always been like I want an oyster bar, and I think this town deserves a nice second option for oysters.
Yeah. Why would I choose you over Jack's?
Well, we make our own spirits, and we're going to have a much different vibe over there. We'll have a lounge in the main area. It'll be like a lounge vibe going on, so more speakeasy.
Ace Gillette's meets good oysters.
Yeah, just kind of like a chill area to come and bring a date on. Patio, we're expanding into their patio a little bit more and creating a stage out there, a little kid zone. Nice. More family-friendly environment out there. We also have a membership room that we're creating, which is a speakeasy vibe. So it'll be a 10-person capacity membership. You'll essentially be able to sign up with us. We'll do a drawing every month, and when your name's drawn, you can choose to take that date. Bring 9 of your friends out, and we'll do kind of a banquet style where you'll pre-select
kind of a private club kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You'll pre-select your menu items. We'll have them in 10 servings worth, and then also in there there'll be a poker table, so you'll be able to play cards with your friends. A little game table for chess and backgammon and darts, as well as your private bar. And we have a liquor locker that we're putting in there. So
is that only like a private event kind of venue, or if you're a member, can you just cruise in there if there's nothing going on too?
Well, like I said, we'll do a drawing. So if it's your night, then you
got dibs. You
have dibs on it for the entirety of the night. It will be open to the public to begin with until we fill out our membership slots. But we also have a liquor locker.
A poker game over there. That'd
be fun. Totally should. We'll have liquor locker rentals, so bottle service. So
Oh.
you'll be able to order our bottles, or if you want to.
Oh, I could buy a bottle from you at retail price and then send it in your
we'll
locker?
we'll do like a bottle charge,
Right.
bottle
So
service
it won't
charge.
be retail price, but
Yeah, it won't be retail price, but
but it won't be as much as.
but you'll be able to
by
drink
the
out of
shot.
your exactly. So you'll be able to make your own cocktails, send it to the bar, have them make margaritas with your Don 42 or whatever.
So you're gonna serve not just your
or
own
Patron
spirits.
42. Sorry.
You'll serve other fancy spirits and stuff like that too in your lounge.
We will have a full distillery pub license, so we'll have beer, wine,
Gotcha.
whiskeys,
Okay.
our spirits.
I kind of thought you were kind of focused on your spirits, but it's
No,
not just a tasting room for you. It's a tasting room plus pub, lounge, oyster bar.
So we actually just
member
did a
experience.
collaboration brew with New Belgium Brewing folks, and
Okay.
so we're doing a party time lager. We're calling it, which is a Whiz Cow and Blue Paddle esque beer.
I actually earned the nickname Party Time.
Oh, did you?
Do
tell.
in Vegas with
course.
with Russ and Anissa for their wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I'm Party Time 2. There's somebody else out there that was Party Time 1, but I got wasted to the point of like falling during the best man's toast,
Oh no.
and then rallied, and then rocked hard, and like was hanging from the subway rooftop thing or the train
That's
and
hilarious.
talking to
Only
people
in
upside
Vegas,
down.
baby. Only in Vegas.
Well, I was upside down in the mini pool or in the lazy river the whole weekend, kind of looking at people and talking to people upside down. So I wanted to experience it one more time. And then I just about was gone. And then I rallied again and went to breakfast at like 2:00 in the morning.
Played through.
I played through.
Play through party time.
Like I
love
played through
it.
the whole time. Stayed right at that 0.2 blood alcohol content range.
I get about like 2 or 3 good playthrough nights every
I'm
year.
like one every
so.
5 years.
Oh,
no.
I got you then.
So anyway, party time is
I reserve mine for Jam Cruise.
a weekend nickname I earned at one point in
Nice.
time. I wish
Well,
it was
You'll have to come and enjoy some party time lager.
definitely.
It's an
will.
American lager. They brewed it with a similar recipe to Blue Paddle because we wanted it to be kind of like a oyster
Yeah.
summertimey.
A fresh shandy-ish
Yeah,
almost
and
kind of
it's got
style.
a little more citrus. They use different hops in it to give it a little more citrus, robust
Yep.
flavor to it. But then they ran it through our Whiz Cow barrels to
Okay.
kind of impart some of that
Like
smokiness.
like a quick soak, basically, or I guess a lager is what, like a 4-week age or something.
They age it cold, and that takes about 12 weeks.
Oh wow.
But when they brewed it, they did a hot liquor run through,
Oh.
and so when they were actually brewing and they were going through their wort system and mashing it in,
Yeah.
then it would run through our barrels,
Yeah.
pull some flavor
As a
out.
hot substance, even, so it probably pulls
Exactly.
it out pretty fast.
Yeah, there's definitely, it's subtle, but
Yeah.
you're not going to get a ton of flavors
way
when
it's
you're
supposed to
just
be.
pushing. Yeah, exactly. It's a beer
Yeah.
and not a Whiz Cow.
Fair enough. Well, that's awesome, and that's so that's going to be a brand for them for like
Yep. So they're
forever, or at least until they quit making it, or it's at least a collab with you guys.
it's
first.
a collab project. So
If it takes
they're-
off, then yes.
the Brewery Direct Services, which is their distributor,
Okay.
as well as our distributor in Larimer County. They are going to be selling it around town.
Cool.
We also came up with a Whiz Cow beer cocktail that
So that
partners
beer plus
with it.
your Whiz Cal,
That beer, Whiz Cow, some ingredients, and you got yourself a really good cocktail.
dig it.
So that'll all be hitting Fort Collins sometime in April,
Okay,
early April.
the beer
The beer will.
and the lounge will be sometime soon after that. Is that what I? should
Yeah,
understand?
we're right now we're targeting the first weekend of May.
Okay.
We do have some build out issues that we're always addressing.
We
but,
can talk about fire safety systems
Fire
and stuff
safety
like that if you
systems, I
want
love
to.
it. But so we'll at least launch the front room, the back room where the Funkwerks used to have their barrel room.
Sure.
That'll continue to be our barrel room, but because of the hazardous classification that we are in, because
You've got a bunch of bomb material in there, basically.
we have a bunch of 100 and some proof booze hanging out.
Right.
We have to. It'll take a little bit
Level up.
longer for us to finish that area. That'll be our like kind of a sports lounge vibe.
Okay.
We'll have couches and TVs,
TVs.
shuffleboard, air hockey.
table?
No pool table. That's not big enough for that, man. But we will have shuffleboard,
Okay.
and
You do need an outdoor ping pong table.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, that would be good.
We'll add that
if
to
you
the
got
list.
room out front, maybe. I don't know. It's a little windy out there sometimes.
So
But,
it's a bit windy, but only on windy days.
well, you know me. I'm always up for a good game of ping pong. And we're drinking now something that's relatively new for you guys too.
Yeah,
or-
so we actually just tapped into our 3-year aged rum to get it ready for the tasting room, and this is our take on a FoCo LoCo. We like to call it the FoCo LoCo, and
so it's just straight up coconut water,
coconut water,
squirt of
lime, coconut water, lime, and our rum.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I love it.
I could drink, like, honestly, drinking this makes me feel like I should be like at a beach bar.
I'm just getting ready for the trip coming up, so I gotta get in the right mindset.
Yeah, you're taking off tonight.
As soon as this podcast is over, we're pretty much driving to the airport and jumping on a plane overnight into Costa Rica for one of our partners, Justin Brothers, one of the other co-founders.
What's up, Justin?
What's up, Jay Bro?
Say go.
Him and Griselda are getting married this coming weekend, and
Okay.
we're all heading down there and super excited. And Jess he's gonna
Officiate.
officiate the wedding,
Okay.
and can't wait. A lot of old friends associated with J Bro, and really grateful for his friendship and obviously his business relationship that we've had for
Very cool.
over 10 years now. So
Okay. And is Costa Rica special to Justin and his fiance, or just...
yeah, we actually met in the music industry that we'll get into later, but we met at a Rise music festival, and he was one of the co-founders
I
of.
food trucked at that.
There you go. He was one of the co-founders of Envision,
Okay.
which is a festival that goes on down there, and so him and I worked on that for
Okay.
multiple years.
Gotcha.
He'd been down there for probably 7 years before I joined that festival. So
Okay.
he'd been down there a bunch, and for Abby and I, we have a little hotel down in Montezuma,
Sure.
Luz en el Cielo, and so it's Costa Rica is just a special place in general. But
For sure.
for me, it's always had a very special place in my heart.
So a week down there or something like that.
Yep, a week down there.
Then back to work.
Worst timing, but worst timing for workload, but also the best timing for vacation.
Yeah,
Shut
I'm
it
pretty
down,
sure you
hang
need
out
a
with your
break.
friends, enjoy love.
What's your schedule been like the last couple months?
As long as there's daylight in the sky and we don't need to do things with the kids, then I've been
Yeah.
at the distillery, just cranking away. We're really close. It feels really good. We feel really confident about everything, and everything's looking
It's looking
amazing.
sharp. Yeah, when I walked through there the other day picking up my booze delivery, I thought it was a lot of progress made. So
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, in 2 months, it's crazy the transformation thus far, and
yeah.
we've honestly been like kind of held back for about 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks with our permit
Kind of
pause.
frustrating, I'm sure. You can keep producing in the meantime and stuff like that, like building your.
It doesn't
inventory,
affect
whatever.
our business operations. It just affects basically us being able
open
to put
day.
drywall in,
Right.
and that's literally
Fair.
the pause.
Right.
Is drywall can't go up until sprinkler systems are inspected. So
So it goes.
it goes.
So where is this stop on your vision for Seed and Spirit? And maybe let's talk about beyond the Oyster Lounge and the new facility, the production facility stuff. Talk to me about Seed and Spirit. We got into it some, kind of the formation of it and stuff, but a lot of folks won't have listened to that previous
Sure.
episode. But you guys have multiple brands
Yep.
and kind of multiple products, and Seed and Spirit is kind of the holding company almost for these brands. Is that the right way to think about it?
Well, High on the Hill Holdings is the holding company that I formed.
Okay.
Seed and Spirit Distilling is the first company within that holdings company.
Okay.
The short of it is, we're looking to create something new in Colorado, a vertically integrated company, a seed to spirit based company, and also an estate distillery. So a location that you can come out to. It's tourists can come, friends, family.
Yeah.
Places to rent for wedding venues.
I'm
or-
imagining one of those amazing vineyards that you find, kind of thing. But
Similar,
instead
more
of
similar
distillery.
to take a vineyard and mesh it with the Kentucky big distillery model, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what we're hoping to accomplish. Rickyards, where you age barrels, our big malt house, massive distillery, wedding
Right.
venue, small brew
Yeah.
pub, wedding venue that has also like catering and a restaurant associated with it.
Sure.
So all that type of stuff.
Destination restaurant kind of thing.
Out in the foothills.
Somewhere tucked in the, like right under the Bellevue Dome or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
One of those properties coming down Bingham Hill would be okay.
We conceptualized it. I ran about 5 months of R&D on it. Came up with the recipe, the formula, how we're going to do it, how we're smoking, what wood we're smoking with, what grain bill we're going to use on the whiskey side of it all. And then it was produce,
Right.
and then I
Yep.
mean, we did some small barrels.
After
so
5 years, you know what it tastes like.
We had an
after
idea of what it would be like
Right,
because
right.
small barrels aged quicker. But
Okay, sure.
in reality, it was like we don't know what the scale up is going to be like when
Yeah.
you go from a 5-gallon still to a 600-gallon still. There's a massive jump, and I remember we poured our first barrel and I was like, gold, perfect. It was exactly
Good.
what we were hoping for. We're really excited about Whiskey. I love it.
Well, I've been like, not to, because I've been a tequila and a whiskey guy for a long time, but when I first tasted Whizkel, I was like, ooh, I like this, but not that many people are going to.
Mm-hmm.
But I've at least had like 4 out of 5 guests that tried it, at least since we started this sponsorship, have been like, I really like that.
It's a nice blend over. Honestly,
Yeah.
we're same thing when we did our first 2, 3 whiskey tasting events, and we were like, all right, this is really where the rubber hits the road here.
Right.
Let's see what people have to say about it. And each event, I mean, even to this day, we go to an event, we're always the talk of the event. People are coming up, oh my God, I was told I have to come try this
Nice.
product. We have the lingerers just hanging around because they love it so much. And but WizCal it always is in the 90% approval rating.
Nice.
So we're really excited about that. And the female demographic, it does great. Like,
Is that right? I
yeah.
wondered. I had when I was food trucking
Excuse me.
back in the day, gosh, I guess was I still food trucking when I met Abby? Probably not quite. I was already out of it by then. But I had a cilantro lime coleslaw recipe that used a sour cream base instead of mayonnaise, and bell peppers and hot peppers instead of cabbage, or in addition to.
Sure.
And I called it I don't like coleslaw.
It's kind of like if
it
you
was
don't
like-
like mezcal, this is your mezcal. If you
Or
don't
you-
like whiskey and you like mezcal, this is your whiskey.
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of a crossover. If you like one of
Exactly.
those but not the other, you might like this anyhow.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Yeah, and then we also in the future we will come out with Queen's Cask whiskey, which will be our cask finish brand.
Okay.
So it'll go into a secondary cask, so a sherry, cognac, rum, so on and so forth.
Okay, that's kind of the Queen's part, is kind of that the soft edge on there. That some of that
A little
kind
bit
of
of a
stuff.
Colorado royalty, we're calling it.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
And then Expedition whiskey, the Uncharted Journey. That'll be our premier whiskey. That'll be a single barrel pull,
Okay,
similar to like a Blanton's.
gotcha.
So 1 barrel, X number of bottles. That's
Right.
all. That's all
And it's
that run
gone.
is.
When you talked about this in our first podcast, you're
Yeah.
gonna do some kind of not a horse, but something interesting on top of that.
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll feature different expeditions throughout history. The first one we're doing is the 1820 release, which is Major Thomas Long's scientific journey across the country, where essentially Long's Peak was named after him.
Yeah.
And so that'll be our first
Well, that's
release.
interesting that I didn't know really even that much history, that it was a scientific kind of mapping thing.
We're looking for cancel culture free expeditions, and that was an obvious one for us. Like it was
Pizarro's conquering the Incas. Is that? No, there might be some.
we're trying to stay away from Cortez and stuff.
Right. So we got the Expedition series. That'll be your top shelf. Queen's Cask is kind of.
It'll also be top shelf.
Also top shelf,
Yeah.
but that sherry and different cask age kind of stuff.
Yep. And then Forged is our
mid shelf kind
mid-shelf.
of product.
Yep. And then we'll have we don't have the name yet for the second mid-shelf that we'll have.
Okay.
We're working on trademarking right now, but we don't really, I don't want to talk about what we're thinking about.
Okay. Understood. And
and then-
Whizcal's not quite premium shelf, right? It's I don't know, what is it, a $45, $50 bottle usually?
It's right between 40 and 45.
Yeah.
So,
So I would consider that kind
approachable.
of approachable, right? For me, it's top shelf. But,
It's an expensive product to produce,
Yeah.
and just in general,
For sure.
importing the agave, smoking it, and distilling it, time for
Sure.
aging.
No,
all
I'm
the
not
things.
criticizing, and it's good, and that's the way it works. How about the rum? Would that
Rum will
have
only,
its own place, or it'll just be a Seed and Spirit thing? You're
only
not,
available like things like that. Rum, or tequila, or vodka, or gins.
can you call it tequila?
We actually have to. We're
Agave product.
importing.
Oh, you are?
A tequila to actually call it a tequila.
Ooh.
I found that our distilling agave has a different the way that enzymes work and the way that the flavor profiles transition from an actual piña, like the agave plant.
Yep.
They harvest it, they cook it, and then they distill it. It all happens within 48 hours.
Okay.
To whereas when you get
If they
agave
juice
nectar,
Juice that plant, then it just...
well, they juice it and then they boil it down. They turn it into a nectar, and then it's year probably, or multiple months at least,
Right.
before it gets to us.
Right.
And it's already gone through a heating and cooling process. So just the flavor profiles are different, and you
Gotcha.
don't really get that the loveliness of a tequila
Yeah.
from an agave spirit, in my humble opinion.
So where would that tequila fit in your brand lineup then?
It'll just be at the distillery, at
Oh,
the
I see.
tasting room. You'll be able to get a bottle of our tequila. Right now we have about 2 60-gallon barrels, rosé wine barrels that are aging. So it's a rosé tequila,
Oh,
which
interesting.
it's a really nice
Okay,
flavor
so you're just
profile.
imported tequila.
Yep. And then we
basically.
aged it in different barrels, so we
Yeah.
have different flavor profiles within that base tequila.
Gotcha. So you get some, I guess, value add and kind of brand clarifier, but
Yeah,
and lineup filler outer.
exactly. The filler outer is important.
Yeah.
And like I said, that won't be available in the market. We're not looking to take a tequila to
not
market.
a revenue stream for you of significance. More
At this
of
point, it doesn't. It's not a path that we're looking to pursue.
yeah, fair enough.
We are actually pursuing the RTD for WizCow, ready to drink cocktail, a canned cocktail.
Yeah.
So we're working. We're actually working with New Belgium's, with their folks over there at their R&D department.
Okay.
To help us formulate the recipes. We want to use like natural, organic ingredients, real juices, WizCow. We're going to come up with 2 margaritas, our Pina Paloma, and our take on a dark and stormy with WizCow, which we're calling Nothing But Blue Skies.
Oh, interesting.
So we're hoping to be able to get that launched in the market midsummer.
Okay. Wow, that's coming right along.
Yep.
That's I was just thinking to myself that when my dad drank growing up, which wasn't very often, but he would drink like a whiskey sour, and that's kind of that lemon juice kind of flavor,
Yeah.
and then with the mezcal or tequila, a lot of times it's straight lime. So
Hi, this is Clint Jasperson, Managing Partner at Purpose Driven Wealth. We believe financial clarity leads to a life of contentment and purpose. Our mission is to guide clients through the complexities of wealth management, retirement planning, and legacy using a values-driven, stewardship-based approach focused on provision, contentment, and enjoyment. With more than a century of expertise through Thrivent, we offer tailored strategies to help individuals and families achieve their goals and embrace generosity. Whether you're navigating a life or business transition or planning for the future, we're here to partner with you every step of the way. To learn more about Purpose Driven Wealth, call 970-330-7411.
We love it.
Where it
Like
came
it's super cool, and I come from that background as well, and I'm a good old boy. I grew up in small rural Pennsylvania, and we're all cut from the same cloth. So for me, it's like
yeah.
I get along with them way better than
City
see-
slicker types. Yeah,
Yeah,
careful.
see-
That's my money tree. You don't want to
See,
wreck
I'm just shaking your money tree there.
that. Make it rain, Joel. Make it rain.
So, anyways, yeah, relationships are super important to us, and when I form a relationship, I really want to. This is for the longevity. I'm not looking to undercut somebody or beat somebody up on price just to get a deal done. I want to
Yeah.
make sure that we're forming relationships and they feel they're a part of this project as much as I feel I'm a part of their farming.
Yeah,
So
appreciate that. Well, and we met through your fiance, Abby.
my fiance.
My fiance, and Abby's has the Edwards house as well as her Costa Rica property there that you mentioned earlier. Is this, I guess, is this a shared vision, this estate event venue and thing like that, or is she pursuing her own kind of different chapters?
She's her. When
She's
we
her
met,
own woman.
she was her. Like, she's as much of an entrepreneur as I am, which is why I fell in love with her so fast and so hard. She's an amazing woman who's super talented and is in her groove right now. And down the road, who knows what the future holds for anything. But a dream of mine would be to have her involved in this project, of course.
Fair.
It
seems like her skill set plus yours would actually work really good.
There's certain elements of what this.
She's been running a boutique inn.
Yeah, the big
hospitality
picture
is in her blood.
Exactly.
And sustainability.
And I'm not the best. I'm not the most hospitable, and
she's a lot more charming than you are.
she's way more charming than me.
On the first blush.
Yeah, so the dream would be is to have her involved in this, and
Well, and you're country authentic though, which is why she loves you, at least in part.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
hardworking guy. I was a mountain man. That's why she fell in love with me, I think.
Right.
And I'm also an entrepreneur, and when you're with somebody that understands what it means to start a business,
Yeah.
especially like a business of the scale that we're doing, it takes all your dedication and your commitment
totally.
and your belief, and you're not getting paid for the first
Long
multiple
time
years,
sometimes. Yeah,
like multiple years, especially in our industry where we have to wait 4 years for a barrel to age before we can start pouring it. So it's like, there's a big trust fall that happens, and being with somebody that understands that is super important.
I should give a commercial to myself in this moment. I think episode number 12 was my interview with Abby.
She sent it to me when we first started
is that right?
dating, and she was like, if you want to know more about me, here, listen to this.
Is that
and
right?
I listened to the whole episode, dude.
That's probably why it felt like you knew me better than I knew you when we first met, because you would just listen to me talk with your girlfriend for 2 hours.
Yeah, no, that's she. That's how she
funny.
introduced me to like what her world looks like and where she came from.
Love it.
Rather than sitting down and like having a conversation about
I've
it.
never thought about using the LoCo experience appearance as a
It's a dating tool.
dating profile tool. Yeah, attach it to your match.
Yeah.
That's cool. So to the listeners out there tuning in for this one,
Episode 12. Check it
was
out.
it episode 12?
I don't know. You just
it's
told
right
me.
around there. Just
Abby
look,
Stout.
It's
Check
close.
it out.
Abby Stout. Check it out. Yeah. So that vision is pretty alluring for sure, and it would be such a great community building space.
It would be great.
And what are the event venue, like the wedding event venues, especially around here, they're fine, but that would be like a premiere
Sure.
kind of thing.
It would be. I mean, it's like next level, right? Like we're talking, and in my mind, this is all
Sure. And
hypothetical. We're getting deep into hypothetical.
We're $25 million away from that.
So if anybody's got 25 million and shares this value, come to me.
Right.
No, I mean, you're thinking it'd be like a whole campus, so 150 plus acres,
Right.
sprawling, open,
Big views, but also
you're on the farm. You're
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
from the gardens, the floral gardens. You're pulling arrangements
Yep.
from our flower, things like that. Just
Yeah.
like next level where it's never been done before, so it really allures me to the pursuit of it, because no one's ever done anything like that
Yeah.
in multiple facets, as
Yeah.
well as bring this whole distillery idea into it and become a nationwide distributed company. So yeah, I'm hell bent on giving it all I got to see it to fruition, and I'm about to turn 44, and
I was just going to ask.
this is the time to strike while the
This is
iron's
the
hot,
last,
in my opinion.
you got 10 more good years in you.
I felt my back's maybe got 7.
Your brain's got more than that, though, so hopefully you don't need your back anymore.
I can be a CEO, no problem, behind a desk where my back goes.
Right. So one of the reasons we wanted to have you back on was because sharing the time with Jess, we didn't really get to know like little Joel and stuff, and so
Little Joel.
in Pennsylvania.
Yep. Botunk, Pennsylvania.
Do you want to take us back there?
Sure, yeah. So I grew up in a really small family.
Okay.
It was just me and my brother, and then very small, 2 cousins in my immediate family. So
Oh, wow.
very small family tree in a small town, northwestern PA in McKean County called Mount Jewett.
Northwestern, so like up off of Lake Erie kind of there? Is that what?
We're about half hour south of the New York line, just south of Bradford, Pennsylvania, where they make Zippo lighters
Okay.
and case knives,
Fancy.
if
Nice.
you know.
I've heard of Case.
And about an hour east of the Ohio line. So it kind of like gives you a target.
Yep.
Right on Route 6. So I could jump onto Route 6 and take it all the way home if I wanted to. Very small town, like 700
Like
people.
Highway 6 down in Denver there?
Yep.
Or whatever?
Yeah, it takes you all the way across the country.
Is that right?
And land you in Mount Jewett, Pennsylvania.
Oh, crazy.
But very, very small town. Most of my childhood was spent in the woods, camping. We had Camp Old School, which was our as little kids, we built this campsite thing, and that was where we'd always go every weekend. We'd go out there with we had surfboards screwed into trees that had fallen down, and we'd shake the trees so we could surf on, just do stupid like kid stuff out in the middle of the woods.
Okay.
Like parents would just be like, all right, the kids are in the woods tonight.
Sure. Free range.
Free range kids. And this is back when, cell phones didn't exist back then.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. No, you were, in the summertime especially, you released at 8 a.m. and be home by dinner at 6.
See you later. Or we built like teepees back there, and we'd literally spend like 3 days and just camping out.
Really?
And it was like,
cool.
In hindsight, it was only like a half hour or a half mile from my grandpa's house. So
Sure.
he would pop in and check on us, and
Right.
my parents would
you
walk back and sit in the woods and listen to us.
Did you have like sandwiches and stuff or something?
We used to do like all kinds of stuff, man. There was a stream there, so we'd go fishing, or we'd bring like foil meals. Like my mom would make these like foil packs, and we'd just throw them on the fire and open it up, and it'd be chicken and whatever, veggies and stuff.
Yeah.
Straight up like hillbilly style, and that's how I grew up. And working with my grandpa and my dad, going fishing, ice fishing,
like construction stuff and stuff like that.
Just like cutting trees and firewood.
Gotcha. Kind of outdoorsy kind of.
Just doing
hillbilly stuff.
Doing what we needed to do that day.
Yeah.
There was no was not an option when it came to like working.
Right.
And I'm very grateful for that. Like they taught me work ethic, and that's what I pride myself on the most. And I think 10 out of 10 people, when you talk to them, they'll tell you I'm the hardest working guy they ever met.
Okay.
And that goes from in my music industry days till now. Like I put it in there every day. I put in effort, time. I'm not afraid of anything that has to be done. Like if it has to be done, let's do it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Eat the frog.
Yep, exactly. Lick the frog and see you later. So that was kind of like my childhood. Was a lot like hunting, fishing.
You go to school, get good grades. Sometimes you went to school. Sometimes
I did.
not.
I was actually. My dad was a truck driver.
Okay.
And so he was on the road. He was a long hauler. So he was on the road a lot, and it was kind of my mom at home. And my brother had some developmental issues. And
older, younger?
He was older than me.
Okay.
And he created some challenges for the family.
Sure.
And kind of forced me to grow up a little bit quicker than what I normally would have. But it also taught me maturity.
Keeper a little bit almost, or
just seeing,
or when dealing with the consequences of his.
When you have a sibling or a person in your life that has developmental issues, like mental developmental issues.
Yeah.
It just at that young of an age, you see how they react to things, and it caused me to really step back and I think look at my maturity and grow up quicker and become more kind of even keel.
Yeah.
And having big emotions. I didn't want to have big emotions. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And my mom had enough to deal with.
Yeah.
If I was doing that too,
another source of insecurity for her.
She never would have made it through.
Yeah.
So, and God bless him. He was a great, kind wonderful human being, and he's no longer with us. But
Sorry.
yeah. So
But
you
yeah,
know, I
so
kind
you
of
were
grew up in that
accelerated.
family,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and that really caused me to just approach life in a different manner, I think. And from when I was 18, I left home, went to culinary school down in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I went to Pennsylvania Culinary Art
Why?
Institute.
What drew you to that? Had you been a
Uh,
cook
all right, so
or anything?
I was washing dishes at the time at the West Line Inn, and
By the way, should we have a taste of this
yeah,
bourbon?
yeah, I gotta finish my FoCo
Well,
LoCo.
I couldn't pour it in these little shooters.
So I was a dishwasher at the time, and
Oh, it's-
I took
Here, I'll take that one. I know you got to go on vacation. Half shot? A third instead.
there you go. Not that the guy that makes it is afraid of it,
Well, I know you're heading to Costa Rica in like 3 hours. Or
but I got to sleep on the plane, so
Okay, it's fine. Abby's going to drive to the airport.
oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. Keep going.
So
So, yeah, your why on the culinary?
yeah, so I took like Votex classes in high school, and I also took home ec classes in high school. And,
Okay.
and a representative of Pennsylvania Culinary Art Institute came up and presented
Yeah.
to our class, and then I talked to my chef that I was working with, and he had nothing but great things to say about the industry. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life,
Yeah.
and I didn't want. We don't come from a family of means, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, there was no
No college fund?
there was
Yeah.
food stamps and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
we grew up knowing what it means to be humble,
Yeah.
and that's also a blessing in my life when I look back on it.
Same.
So yeah, I was like, well, screw it. At least I'll always be able to eat well. It'll help me out on first dates, and I can travel and move anywhere and find a job pretty easily. So I went to culinary school, moved down to Pittsburgh, did that whole thing, and my time in Pittsburgh was wild and fun. And
I was going
all
to
the
say, you were like completely free range by that time.
So at this point,
Cute young guy.
so I go
in a
from
big city compared to the little village.
I go from camping in the backwoods to literally, if you know Pittsburgh, it's like 5th and Forbes Street. It's like where Point State Park is, like literally the very tip of the Three Rivers where, where the
Where the stadium
confluence
and
is.
whatnot, yeah.
Yep, just across the street in like the center. That's where our dorms were. So like literally, I'm like skyscrapers. Like,
Totally changed the scene.
it was complete shock, amazement. Hung out there downtown for a little bit, and then I ended up moving out of the dorms and finding a house with this girl I was dating at the time, and over on Pitt campus side of town. So then I was with all the other college students, and then that just elevated the whole experience for me. Met some of my lifelong friends,
Yeah.
a group of friends that we ended up actually moving out to Colorado
Started
with.
spurring you into the party scene, right? The events
I was
and
already
stuff
well
of
into
your
that.
future.
So.
Right, but it kind of solidified that path, at least for a season.
Yeah, we had a good time in Pittsburgh, that's for sure. Pittsburgh's a fun town. Go visit it if you haven't been. There's a lot going on, a lot of great people.
Cool.
But anyways, and then when I was 19, my buddy Nick and I took a road trip across the country. We did a 3-month road trip
Okay.
to find out
Like
where.
after culinary school, kind of?
Yep, culinary school was done. He's now a doctor, but he dropped out of school.
Okay.
He was like, I'm not into college, and he was like, I just want to, whatever. So we were like, let's go on a road trip, and so we drove across the country, spent 3 months, did a big teardrop. Basically,
Tell me about this. Like in a Volkswagen van, in a
a
Subaru,
Camry called the Cat.
Camry called the Cat.
Mm-hmm.
And so, did you like stay in hotels and stuff, or tents, or
We
whatever?
we did a lot of whatever it took, depending on where we were at.
Yeah.
We did camp a lot, for sure, especially when we got. I mean, from Pittsburgh to Denver, we basically just overnight
hauled
it.
ass.
Like 28 hours straight. We're in Colorado. We landed up in Nederland. We had a friend living up there, so we stayed up there for a couple nights, and then we ended up going up to A Basin. And then from there, we shot out to L.A. area, and then did the whole Highway 1 all the way up past Portland, and dropped back down, came back to Colorado. And then ultimately we decided, like, Colorado's where we want to live.
Okay.
Like, of all the places out west we visited, we wanted to move here.
Dig it.
And
This is circa me when?
Hmm?
What year was this?
this was 2002.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, just a few years. I moved to Colorado in '99.
Yeah.
So it was kind of prime time for
Prime time. It
smart
was
young
so-
kids moving
so
to
much
Colorado
fun.
at the time. Yeah.
So we ended up moving out, and I was supposed to move up to A Basin with my friend that was working at the bottom of the ski resort. There's a little A-frame above the ski
The lift.
or ski patrol. There's an apartment up there, and
Okay.
he's like, I got an extra apartment. I'm the manager of the ski lifts. I'll give you a job bumping chairs. I'm like, all right, sweet. I got a job.
I'm on my way.
I'm moving, and I bought a Toyota Loyal or a Subaru Loyal, and it broke down on me.
Oh.
And from when it broke down till I got it fixed, he ended up getting fired. So I lost my job opportunity,
And the place to live.
and I'm back at my parents, and I'm like, oh crap, what am I
And
gonna
the
do?
Loyal is broken still.
My Loyal is totally. I ended up, dude. I went through 2 engines.
Oh,
There was like a
damn.
drive rod that was broken. It it kept just blowing engines.
Oh,
So eventually,
damn.
I traded in and got a Rav4 or a 4Runner or something, or 4Runner. And anyways, so I Google searched places to live in Colorado, and Fort Collins came up.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, never visited this place, never heard of
shit.
it. And it was like, oh, Colorado State's here. I found Heritage Park down on Prospect in Shields. There's like
Okay.
the $99 move-in rate, and I was like,
Okay.
in my budget, I'm moving to Fort Collins.
No shit.
So I packed up my bag, moved to Fort Collins, and my buddy that I was supposed to move in with ended up moving in with me.
He's like,
And-
dude, I still haven't found a job.
He
But
didn't have a job,
I need
and
a
he
place
needed a
to
place to live. So he ends up moving in with me, and anyways,
and what did you do? When you got
I was
job?
working in the culinary industry at that time.
Okay.
So I chefed around for a while.
Any particular favorite stops?
My favorite all time location that I worked at was the Canyon Chop House.
Oh, yeah.
With
Yeah.
Matt. I walked in one day when he was building it out, and I was the second employee he hired,
cool.
and I worked there till life took a change on me, and then I won't get into that. It's a little. It's not what I want to talk about, but anyways, ended up moving on from that, and then worked up at Mishawaka,
Oh,
which kind of
sure.
brings it into the next phase.
Pre-Danny days, I guess.
Yeah, it was when Robin still owned it.
Yeah.
2004. This is.
Oh wow, yeah.
So this
Go
is
way
the
back.
heyday of the
This is
Mish.
when you could still buy cocaine in the back room
I don't do
just
cocaine,
kidding.
but
if you wanted to.
I'm sure you could.
I don't know. Not that I ever did either.
But
But it was a wild place.
it was
comparatively
crazy.
at
It
that
was
time.
crazy back then,
Like
and
there
it
was-
it was the heyday. So that was the year that the Mish just went off. And if you were around back then and you went to the Mishawaka, like Soundtrack was playing, MMW,
Oh yeah.
Jurassic 5. I mean, the lineup was absolutely ridiculous,
Yes.
and it ended up shutting the place down because it was just such a
They overbooked it.
It
So
was just
often. And it was
crazy.
overflowing. And
my first
people are
weekend.
camping on the island over there. And
Yeah,
shit,
it was. It never stopped. My
Get
first
naked in
weekend.
the river on a regular basis.
That's how they bathed.
Right. People just
Yonder
stay
Mountain
there.
was 4 nights at Yonder Mountain was the first kickoff
Oh,
for
sweet.
me working at the
Love it.
Mishawaka.
I love it.
So, anyways, that formed my bond with that place. Like, I love the Mishawaka. Still to this day, Danny Grant's one of my dear friends
And the music industry too, right?
in the music industry. So,
Oh, by the way, while we've got this bourbon here,
cheers.
cheers. And it's really good. Like, can we deviate for a minute?
Yeah,
to talk
yeah.
about the
It's going off on
bourbon?
a tangent there.
Is this a 3-year,
This is a 4.5 year.
4.5 year
Yep.
age?
So this
Okay.
is a collaboration project. So this one isn't 100% our juice yet. We're working
Okay.
with Bardstown Distilling and Green River.
Okay.
We source 2 different variations of their bourbon, bring it in, do a blend on it, and then bottle it. And we're all kind of in unison with supporting the Semperfine America's Fund with this particular
I see.
brand.
And they know that eventually you'll just have your own juice in it or whatever, because bourbon has to be a certain age or whatever.
Yeah, we're coming up close on it. We're about a year and a half from hitting that 4-year bottle and bond mark,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what we're holding out on. You know, we can release a 3-year. We can do whatever we want. If we want to do a 2-year, we could do it.
Sure.
But for me, 4 years is kind of like that benchmark where you want to. It oxidizes enough. It has enough flavor profiles that had a chance to just kind of, really combine.
Mature
And,
proper.
yeah, the maturation process is there.
Okay.
We're not aging in a kind of like an open area or a high temperature fluctuation rick house. So ours is kind of a flat line because it's inside of our building.
Right.
Whereas most rick houses will, when it's hot, it's super hot in there. When it's cold, it's super cold in there.
Oh, and does that change accelerates the aging?
They call it volatile aging. I don't.
So it's kind of rough on it.
So when alcohol heats up, it expands, and when it cools, it contracts. So in a barrel, when
it expands,
heats,
it pushes into all those
pushes
little cracks and
into
stuff.
the wood, and when it cools, it sucks it back out.
Mm-hmm.
So it changes. It changes the timeline for sure. It changes the flavor profile, and you can see even like in our rick house, if it's closer to a heat source, it'll have a variation in that flavor profile within that barrel.
Yeah.
So as we get into our second project, we'll have multiple rick houses designed for various aging techniques.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I've been reading about that. Like people put whiskey on boats and stuff like that and age it. So or put it. I don't know what.
Jefferson Ocean Age is I think what you're referring to.
Maybe.
I mean, the Japanese have been doing it for a long time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it originated in Japan. We actually have a similar thing. We obviously don't have oceans here in Colorado yet, but we're calling it a wagon wheel age, and it's going to be partnered with our Expedition whiskey.
Okay.
So essentially, what it is a moving system.
Yeah.
Hydraulic movers, and they move full racks of whiskey that are constantly in motion, so it sloshes.
Yeah.
And what that does is essentially, if you think of 53
more
gallons,
parts of the surface area are touching.
and the core, the center of the liquid volume, gets moved to the outside, and it just gets circulated around. So, whereas if it's just sitting stagnant for 4 years, that center doesn't have a chance to really touch the outside. So a lot of the outside layers are absorbing that flavor, it blends in more with the inside.
Yeah.
Bigger distilleries, they'll go through a rick house system where they move their barrels down the line as they're pulling barrels. So they get a little bit of that.
Yeah, they get disturbed at least, and so that inside stuff might drift out to the outside more.
So we're working on we have it set up, but we don't have it
implemented yet.
We're not allowed to do it yet. But there'll be a hydraulic mover system that has these 4 racks, and they move all at once.
Yeah.
So
you can have a nice little wagon wheel on there that's like
and it's kind of
attached.
like so back in the day, it actually comes from a
if
part
you
of
had
history.
it in the back of a wagon, it would age faster, right?
Exactly. Like it comes from a part of, like when they would load up to head out west, they would fill up barrels of whiskey so that they had spirits for the journey or for when they ended. And as it took 4 or 5, 6 months to travel by wagon across the country.
It tasted different when they got there.
And when they got there, it was more flavorful, and it was different than what they were drinking back
really
back
cool.
east of New York.
So we jumped off on the bourbon from the Mishawaka.
Yeah. So Mishawaka, I love it. We're super grateful to be a part of it. Since the beginning, we've been sponsor. We're on their menu up there.
Yeah.
Whizcow, the Pina Paloma. If you're up at the Mish this summer, check it out. Delicious cocktail. So I worked there for.
And you're chefing, cooking.
Just flipping burgers, basically.
Right. You're not really chefing.
Line cooking.
You're
I didn't want to do the chefing thing. I was, the head grill chef at the Chop House. It was stressful, and I just wanted to relax and
flip burgers,
do a job, go see a concert.
Yeah.
And I was living in a yurt up in Risk Canyon at the time, so I went into like a little bit more of my hippie days back then. My brother passed away, and unbeknownst to me, we were the Mishawaka would donate the site, the venue for fundraisers. And I happened to be at the bar when my manager, Louie, at the time, this woman came in and she was asking about her date, making sure that their date was good. And I was like, what was that all about? And he told me, and I was like, could I do a benefit concert for my brother? And he was like, absolutely.
Was he left like burial expenses and stuff?
No, we did 100% proceeds donated. So everything that we ever did in early Symbiotic days was 100% fundraiser, and we donated 100% of the money away.
Oh, but just in his name, kind of.
Just in his name. I just wanted to
Yeah.
celebrate his life, and I wanted to you know, just celebrate. You know,
Yeah.
like death
Yeah.
is a hard thing, especially when your only sibling passes. It really brings a two-way street, right? You can approach death in two ways, in my opinion. One, you can look at it in a positive manner, and honor them and do something good in their name. And in my experience, it worked out where it led me in this path that now I'm here, and I would never have been here
Yeah,
if it
for
didn't.
sure.
If that night,
Yeah, this is one of your big forks in the road.
if that day never happened, then I never would be here.
Yeah.
And I'll explain it here in a minute. But
Yeah, please.
or you can go in a darker hole and have whatever feelings you
Anger
go through, or remorse
whatever.
and depression and stuff like that. I chose to look at my brother's passing as, okay, this is it's something that happened. I can't change it. I'm going to honor him. I'm going to remember him in the way that I can do. And we did what was it called? The Canyon Funk Fest. So we closed down the Mishawaka 3 years in a row. The last show of the season.
Okay.
And that was my first introduction to throwing a concert, throwing an event.
Yeah.
And the last one did really well, actually. We
Was
it was
it
like
multiple bands kind of thing?
yeah, all funk bands like 3Ps and W Mob, like all the old school bands.
My neighbor was Amanda from Colony Funk when I first moved
all right,
in.
yeah.
She lived right down the block from us, me and Jill, when we first moved in the old town.
Colony Funk, like Joe Fro, he was part of the 3Ps.
Okay,
So
right
he's
on.
still a dear friend of mine.
Funkmeisters.
We just hung out on Jam Cruise together and partied.
Dig it.
So
So you did this benefit,
So we did
put
this
all the
benefit.
bands together.
and it went well. And then that was the same year that Katrina happened. And I was like, oh, I want to do something big. I want to do something like I got this itch. Like I got this little fire that's sparked.
Yeah.
And so I decided I want to throw this benefit concert for Katrina. It was called the Big Easy Blowout. 3 nights, 3 different cities. And we started putting together, I started putting together like an all-star lineup. And we had like Big Chief Monk Boudreaux, one of the oldest chieftains of Mardi Gras, fly up.
Okay.
Frenchie, the New Orleans painter, flew in. I got his, painting on my wall.
Dang.
Russell Batiste,
And you're
Papa
like
Molly.
recruiting all these people.
I'm just sending
stuff?
out emails to people, just like,
Right.
hey, I'm throwing
People
this
that you think are
concert.
cool.
Do you want to? Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
like
at the
your
Mishawaka,
music. Hey,
yeah.
Russell Batiste, I really liked you, in the Funky Meters. Do you want to come play? We got Russell Batiste, Papa Molly, Reed Mathis, Garrett Sayers sat in one night.
Just don't know unless you ask.
Euphorchestra opened up, and we were trying to figure out this key player, like who's going to play keys, and we were talking with Kyle Hollinsworth and Joey Porter, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna email Fish, and see what Paige is doing," and we decided to donate all of our money to the Tipitinas Foundation and New Orleans Musicians Clinic.
Okay.
And unbeknownst to me, New Orleans Musicians Clinic was Paige's father's organization.
Oh, no shit.
And so he got this, his manager passed on this email. He was interested. So I got this email back from Fish. And so I'm like, oh shit. So
Dang, I'm really regretting I did go to this.
it was so much fun. So String Cheese used to throw this concert called Winter Carnival. I met this guy named Jeff Swagger randomly at a hotel balcony. He was out in Washington State, and he wanted to move to Colorado. He was trying to do this music production thing, and he was like, dude, I was telling him about the Big Easy, and like, yeah, I'm talking to Paige. He's like, if you land it and you need help, let me know. So I get this email, and I'm like, yo, Jeff, you want to help me out with this? He's like, I'm in. So, we literally LLC'd, made a quick website.
So he becomes like a business partner.
Became a business partner, and one of my best friends to the day. It's gonna be one of the best men in my wedding. Love you, Jeff. So, anyways, I was like, let's do this. And so we formed Symbiotic music production at the time, but now it's event services.
Symbiotic.
Symbiotic.
Tell me about that.
So Symbiotic is the brainchild of Jeff and I, and we started with the idea that we could throw conscious events, raise money for newer nonprofit organizations, and donate it away. And it was a very successful way to launch. However, it's not a very sustainable model.
Right.
Um,
You got to actually make
'cause it only
money,
takes-
as it turns out.
Well, yeah, if you don't have a nest egg and you're just putting up your own money, eventually if an event's going to fail.
Right.
You know, you're not going to get
And then you
ticket
don't have any
sales.
money.
And that's what happened to us with Fire Mountain Music Festival.
Okay.
So at that point, we shifted gears and reformed.
So was that soon after, or I guess?
Yeah, so Big Easy went well. We raised like $25,000, had an amazing night. Paige came out, ended up playing for free for us. Like, he never
Dang.
charged us, and he just wanted to do something great, and he had such a good time. We did Cervantes, Boulder Theater, and the old Hoties.
Oh, wow.
And it was such a fun time, such a great introduction, such a learning curve.
I'm sure.
Holy shit.
Right.
You know,
You hadn't been in the industry
I'm
for
like-
years or anything.
I'm
You were
like
just
Googling what stage plot is.
you were like living in a yurt, like not long before working at flipping
Exactly. I
burgers.
didn't even have internet up there. So yeah, then Symbiotic kind of started to take form, and that led us kind of down this, trajectory of, we began to work with, like the Sonic Blooms, excuse me, the Sonic Blooms, the Rise.
So they hired you to be their like
So we would,
organizer. Or
yeah,
some
we
sort?
were a turnkey company.
Okay.
And they are.
Yeah, you're no longer part of it.
I'm no longer a part of it, but still love them, support them.
Right.
And I was the operations director, so I was in charge of, anything from fencing layouts, porta potties, water, power grids, where the stages
So like a
went.
festival like a Rise, like
I would
whatever,
walk into an empty field
like Rocky Mountain Folks Festival or
Sure.
something, could just hire you to.
to organize and run the event.
Right.
And we had a, production division, we had an administration division, and
Like-
legal division. Jess was our legal permitting guy.
Yep.
So we did that for shit, man. It was 12 years.
Was that a full time job for you during this whole time, or were you still cooking and doing stuff? Or,
No, I
like because
so
festival season's only a few months a year, right?
once we decided to do Symbiotic,
Yeah.
I gave up
Everything.
culinary, and,
Okay.
and that was my goal. And
And so you're just like making connections in the off season and different things and whatever.
for a while, yeah, and then
Excuse me.
there was a nonprofit organization called Positive Legacy, which
Okay.
is housed under Cloud9 Events and Cloud9 Adventures, actually. And we'd go and work for this nonprofit in the winter
Okay.
on like Jam Cruise or Panic in La Playa or Avid at the Beach, so on and so forth. A bunch of international destination festivals.
Sounds like
There
we're getting ahead though, because I want to hear about the massive failure of Fire Mountain.
Oh shit. Well, it was a great success.
Okay.
In many regards. However, like many things in my life, I bite off more than I can chew sometimes.
Okay.
And I was trying to throw this in a field up on North 287, and I didn't realize just how much money it took, permitting, all that stuff. Like everything was just kind of. I was like, "Ooh, what do you mean permitting is going to cost $10,000?" well, I have 120 for this whole thing, and
Right.
they're like, "Well,
Right.
you need to add more zeros to that."
Right.
So we kind of just shifted gears and moved it up to the Mishawaka, and did a 2-night thing up at the Mish, and we brought in Lettuce. I don't know if you know Lettuce.
Yeah. I
So-
saw them up in Avon one time.
Lettuce, Dumpsta Funk,
Okay.
and Soul Live, which are like some of the hottest, biggest funk bands out there right now.
Yeah.
We introduced them to Colorado. It was the first time ever
Is
playing in
that right?
Colorado.
Oh, cool.
And also, unbeknownst to me, it's terrible to have your headliner be a first play ever in a state. So just ticket sales were
didn't
low.
Pull what it should have and stuff.
Yeah, ticket sales were low, and it just we didn't lose a ton of money,
Right.
but it was just enough for us to be like,
But,
oh shit, this
yeah,
is a
yeah.
bad business model. Like, losing $20,000 when it's your actual money,
Right.
not like, wow, we have $150,000 of,
potential profits. So we can give some of that away. Yeah.
yeah. So we just changed our model a little bit to be like, well, we're going to keep 40% and donate 60%.
Yeah. Well, there's
You know.
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And we all needed to get paid eventually someday. Anyway, we were just young. I mean,
Idealists, and that's okay.
yeah, I was 20. Shit, man, I was young. What was I? I was 26 years old, 25.
Right.
So I was just like pew pew pew, shooting from the hips.
That's what I gotta do.
Like, so anyways, that kind of that worked, and we did a great number of festivals, man. I'm really proud of my days with Symbiotic.
Tell me about this nonprofit work in the off season, because
Yeah.
like you started going to the jam cruise and different things with that. Like this is a nonprofit, but that does. I don't know. Tell me about that.
So what they do is they raise money at these international music events, primarily back then. Now they're a little bit more broad. They host multiple events. They have different bands. They do much more various types of fundraising now. Back then it was like housed and formed under this.
It was all music all the time, and
Cloud9
destination.
Adventures was like their the entity that they formed under.
Kind of like the Otter Cares part of OtterBox or something.
Kind of, yeah.
Ish.
And so we would go and we'd hang out, raise money, and then donate money to grants in those countries. And eventually, after about 3 years or so of working just as kind of like an event lead or whatever, an auction lead or whatever it was, I elevated up to the grant manager role.
Okay.
So in the off seasons, I would also go and oversee these, $150,000 grants to Dominican Republic,
water projects.
Whatever it is.
Interesting.
And so that's what I did for the winter. It was, go see music in Mexico or Dominican or, on cruise ships.
And then decide who getted the money.
And raise money with, amazing people that wanted to give. And we were doing amazing stuff with it, and we're super proud of it. And Jess is still the president of it.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
And so many dear friends sit on the board. And,
oh, wow.
when we formed Seed and Spirit, I kind of just stepped back from everything because this is, this is where
it's gonna be my focus here.
This is where it's going to be, and 2 weeks on nonprofit pay just it doesn't equal out to being worth it.
Fair enough.
I love it. I love those guys. If you get a chance, go check out Leaving a Positive Legacy. Donate if you have a chance to, or if you wish to. They're an amazing organization. They do great work. Very transparent, and obviously my business partner is the president, so fully trusted in that organization.
I love it. I'm going to call a short break, and we're going to come back and talk a little bit about why this give back is woven through everything you've done in this journey so far. So
nonprofit and giving back to the community is super important to me.
I look forward to that part of the conversation.
This episode is sponsored by LoCo Think Tank. LoCo Think Tank provides peer collaboration for business owners. We build smart, safe places to help business leaders navigate every stage of the business journey, and we love what we do and who we do it with. Our model features give-back-minded business veterans in the role of LoCo facilitators, and we're always looking for abundance-minded individuals to add to our membership, facilitator team, LoCo community, or to feature on this podcast. Listeners of this podcast who go on to become members of LoCo Think Tank get their 6th month of membership for free. Just mention the LoCo Experience podcast on your application. To learn more, visit our website at locothinktank.com. That's LOCO thinktank.com.
And we're back. I'll bring that just a tiny bit closer. There you go.
There you go.
Better.
How's that?
So good.
That's so good.
You look
that
so
sweet
good.
Voice that's coming back. It's a little cracky.
Recovering from
if this would have been 2 days ago, we'd have to cancel.
Really?
Like, oh my gosh.
You were cracking and popping.
I couldn't even talk to anybody. It was ridiculous.
Well, thanks for these, by the way. These the FoCo.
The FoCo LoCos.
FoCo LoCos.
Yeah.
Your rum is nice. It reminds me of. Gosh, I can't remember the great. No. What are some of the big rum brands that are nice?
Like Kraken is
well, that's the dark stuff.
Yeah, fairly good one.
Something gay. Mount Gay.
Mount Gay.
Mount Gay.
Mount Gay.
That Jill and I toured that distillery. That's when she realized after her 4th shot of rum that she really liked rum.
Yeah, rum's great. The issue with rum, we live in Colorado and we're not around a bunch of sugarcane.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to import quality molasses and this particular one I went a little heavy.
Tell me how you make that.
So I really
is that how you make it? You import molasses?
Yeah, like totes of molasses.
Okay.
And so we use molasses, coconut sugar, brown sugar for this one. And then actually, when I was launching this and really just brainstorming and creating, like, okay, before we even had a building, but when I just decided I'm going to do this, I was deep into just educating myself
Just
on
science.
all different sciences behind all the different spirits. And
we're gonna go back to that season of your life, actually.
sure,
Of like,
yeah, it was
how
crazy.
do you equip yourself to become a head distiller,
Yeah,
if not yet master?
soon to be. There's a thing called dunder in the rum industry, and basically in poorer countries where they make rum, they don't ever want to throw it away, so they put it in this big pit, and it's called a dunder pit, and it's where they will pull from because there's still a little bit of alcohol in there. They don't want anything to go to waste.
Okay.
But what really happens is all these different bacterias and
Critters.
not critters, but like, funguses and things like that.
Critters.
Bacteria grow and it causes just flavor changes. So in a dunder, you'll get a layer of like white.
Like in the bottom
mold.
of a barrel or something? Is that what you're talking about? Or
So what I did is I took a 55-gallon drum. I made a batch of rum. I then distilled it and then took the dunder or took the stillage and then put it in this barrel and put a screen and a coffee filter and
like
like
to capture that last little bit.
just to leave, to create a dunder. So you want it to inoculate with wild yeast and all
gotcha.
these bacterias and stuff, and then it essentially it'll grow like an inch, 2 inch, whatever, thick mold on top, and you peel that off, and then you pour that into your mash. So when you're warding in, you then boil that with it, and it imparts all these like cloves and bananas and things that you can't get without adding, those types of ingredients or artificial ingredients and flavors and stuff like that. But naturally it comes. So that's what I did with this one. And in the early beginning phases of the distillery, I was like, I want to have a good aged rum.
Right.
I was imagining 4 or 5 years down the road, we'd be launching a tasting room, but here we are 2.5 years later. So we made about 6 barrels worth of rum. And so this is, we used coconut chips that we dried coconut.
Wow. So those are some expensive ingredients too.
Yeah.
So this is a premium rum.
Cacao rock or cacao nibs. There's a bunch of cacao nibs in there to give this like chocolate undertone. And then when I distilled it through our gin basket, and which is a botanical basket. So it's you add ingredients to it, the vapor passes through it, it pulls those flavors out, and that's how they make a gin. A lot of places make a gin.
So you made it kind of tasteful than it is because of.
I made it more
additions.
complex.
More complex.
Yeah. So rather than just taking molasses and water and yeast and creating it, I was like, how many layers can I add to this? How deep can we get into flavors where you can pick up on different notes of clove and cacao and bananas, and
it does have a more
all things. So it's very complex. It's very delicious. I love it. I wish it was more affordable to be able to create more of it. It's just the profit margins are just
and it has to be
tough.
like you can buy a bottle of rum for $30 or whatever, right? $25 gets you a cheap bottle of rum.
And that's the other thing too, is you're not going to be able to sell a Colorado premium rum at $30-$40 a bottle and have your profit margins be where you need them to be.
So what's this going to price at?
We'll do it by the cocktail. So
So this is only available at the house.
this is only
I
available.
can't go down to my friendly neighborhood liquor store.
Nope.
Because this is a Seed and Spirit.
That'll never be at a liquor store.
Gotcha.
Ever.
So you can really only make any money on that one selling it through the cocktail
Correct.
machine.
We just wanted to have a really good in-house
Yeah.
rum.
Well, thanks for sharing this with me. I feel even more special. I know
Yeah,
you.
I just tapped the barrel. Like literally, I was like,
Right.
when you were.
Well, you were talking about it last time I picked up.
Yeah,
so.
2 weeks or whatever it was ago. You're like, maybe the rum, and I was like, so I drilled a hole in the barrel and I tasted it. And I was like, that's actually
Really good.
right there where it needs to be.
I love it.
It took me a little while to actually pull the bong and do the process.
Honored.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
this it?
Yeah, this is it right here. Just a little
All right.
little taste, not enough to get you in trouble with Abby. But
never
it's really
get in
nice.
trouble with Abby.
I bet you could.
I could, but
You
it
try
takes a
not
lot.
to. She is a pretty.
She's a pretty cool person.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, where did we jump off? Oh, we jumped off kind of
Nonprofit world.
discovering your purpose and really the amount of nonprofit and the less fortunate kind of have been a focus of your pursuits.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to drift that into our purpose-driven segment, thanks to Purpose-Driven Wealth, Clint Jasperson and his crew for sponsoring the LoCo Experience podcast. And we have a set of purpose-driven questions.
Awesome.
So I have a bunch to choose from here, but I like this one.
I love it. I love
for
this.
you.
This is great.
What's the source of your internal compass when it comes to ethical decision-making?
That's a really complex and great question. When it comes to my ethos and my moral compass is usually driven around how it affects other people.
Okay.
And am I proud of it? At the end of the day, could I stand in front of somebody and talk about it with pride and have a true gut
Yeah, you can defend
feeling
that action.
that I am doing this because it is going to better somebody, or it's not about me. It puts other people forward.
Yeah.
And
this isn't
it all comes from my grandparents. My grandpa and my grandmother
okay.
truly are like, they set my moral compass at a very young age.
Okay.
And
how did they go about that?
My grandmother with kindness and love, and just she was the most giving, wonderful, jolly human being that I've ever met in my life.
Take it.
And even on her deathbed, she was just the most kind, amazing human being, and was worried about us and how are we going to be able to get, like, how are we going to respond to her passing away? Because she was like, I'm more worried about you guys than me. And
Yeah.
my grandpa, are you setting a good example for somebody? Are you working harder than the other person? Are you telling somebody to work, or are you doing the work and showing somebody how to do it?
Yeah.
And are you willing to be an example for somebody as to why they're doing something?
Yeah.
Like, from his time in Korea and being the pillar of this family, and really just guiding the family through a lot of hard times. My brother passing, my cousin passing she was very young. She was 13, I think, when she died. And my other cousin had his sibling pass.
Oh, wow.
So just like being the pillar of the family, and like being that stable bedrock foundation of like, it's all going to be okay.
Reliance and
if you, he would, the one of the best things he told me, and he lived till he was 96, and when probably he was like 93, I was like, Grandpa, you set the benchmark. I'm going to outlive you. And he was like, as long as you're willing to watch everyone around you die, and you're the last one standing, then you make that commitment. And and I took it as like, are you willing to carry the legacies for other? And are you willing to carry burden of grief in a positive manner? And through my brother's passing, he really guided me in that direction of like, hey, it's all gonna be okay. You're gonna get through this. We're all gonna get through this. What are you gonna do to remember him by? Yeah. Sorry, you probably got another question too.
I do, and it's not even on my list here, but you started that with, if I could stand in front of somebody and kind of defend or say what good this was.
Be proud of what I'm doing.
Yeah, but that isn't like a god or a religious figure for you, or a pope or a pastor or anything. Or
I'm not religious. I'm not baptized.
Yeah.
I don't carry religious affiliation.
Have you been to church and stuff? Have people talked to you about it?
I've been to a church.
Okay, a church one time.
No. I support everybody in their pursuit of what they need in this lifetime, and whatever that means to you. I personally believe more in spirituality.
Okay.
I lived with my God, quote unquote, up in Risk Canyon,
Sure,
on the edge of a cliff daily, Like I would walk outside in my deepest troubled times of grief or times of exuberance, be in with nature. And that was, for me, the way that I was able to connect with the next life, or the next what is greater than I
And you
am.
would say that kind of that spirituality is part of your connection to other people, even kind of a universal connection of sorts, kind of that drives that ethos, or
I mean, I think that spirituality is derived from just connection with every creature and just being in this world.
not just people, but
Being in this world, like being appreciative to water, clean water, clean air, clean dirt, being able to grow your own vegetables. Things like that are just extremely important to me.
Yeah.
And religion, I find a lot of qualms with it. I'm grateful my parents decided that I would be allowed to decide which denomination I would choose.
because they were religious but different or something, or not at all?
They weren't really that religious.
Okay.
Like I didn't grow up in a religious family.
Yeah.
But they wanted, from what
Kinda
from
do
what
your
I
own
understand,
do your
at
own
this
research, kind of.
do your own research, figure out what you want to be,
Yeah.
and then go be it. They didn't fall into the category of like, well, if we don't baptize my baby, it's going to die and go to hell,
Yeah.
type of thing.
Well, there's camps within the church I was baptized into. Like it was like, if we baptize you, then you're good. If somebody else does, then you're probably screwed, or
Yeah.
something. They were like a club team, and it was lame and whatever. It wasn't.
And again, I there's a lot of people in my life that are deeply religious, and I support them. And I find my connection with the after, a lot of that from in my perspective in my life has been, I want to see my mom or my my brother or whatever, so therefore I have to go to heaven to do that. And their conception of like their afterlife is derived from being reconnected with their whatever, their siblings, their loved ones.
Yeah.
And for me, it came more of a, am I honoring that person, and am I remembering that person in the right manner so that they're always with me
In the current
and
life.
when I need something, I do speak to my brother. Like truly, like if I'm like in like a
Hey, bro.
dark spot, I'm like, Josh.
Abby's so mad at me right now.
She's gonna kick me in the butt. That I find more. I fall back on my quote unquote God being my grandmother, my grandfather, my brother, my so on and so forth.
I dig it. I got one more of these toughies for you.
Okay.
For a lot of people, once they go from like a employee to entrepreneur, there's like at least one small season where they're like, should I just stop this and get a job? And did you ever face that conversation? And did you think about kind of giving up along the way and taking like a real job, or was this once you got free, you just got free?
I started my first company my first LLC was when I was 21 years old. And
so you've and you've had some jobs in the meantime too. So
I had jobs because I needed to have jobs.
Right.
And
you've been an entrepreneur forever.
I mean, when you're coming out of high school, it's scary to even consider that. Like, I didn't even consider that. I didn't even explore the option of that. However, I think growing up without means and from humble upbringings, financially speaking, I was motivated from a young age. Like, I come from nothing. What do I have to lose?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go back to nothing. Okay, great. I've already been there. Like, I know what that feeling is. I know what it's like.
I could live a yurt if I want to, if
Yeah,
I need to.
I can go hunt a deer. I was never scared of failure. I think that's the biggest qualm with young folks trying to get into their own business is they're afraid to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to fail every day. And if you're willing to accept my failures
come with learnings,
looking at it as successes because I'm not going to do that shit again.
Right.
Then it's really just not cut out for you. And being an entrepreneur, like starting your own business is not for the faint of heart. It's terrifying, most times. It's exciting,
Sure.
but it's also terrifying because you have your name on it. You're like you're people rely on you. It carries a lot of weight, and unless you're willing to carry that burden and that heavy is the crown, as they say. You're carrying weight when you're doing this.
Yeah.
And unless you're willing to do it, and you're fortified in your belief in it, and you're like sure that this is going to succeed because of me and you and the vision.
All of us working together toward the vision.
And so I started young, being a quote unquote entrepreneur, and my goal was always I'm going to create family wealth. I'm going to create generational wealth within my family. And if it ain't going to be me, then I'm going to die trying.
Yeah.
And
you don't have any kids?
No kids.
Will this be your first marriage? Have you been a bachelor?
Never been married. I've been bachelor
my whole life?
my whole life, yeah.
Yeah.
40 I'll be 44, married for the first time.
Well,
helping Abby raise her kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, extremely grateful and honored for the opportunity, and I love Zeke and Lorenzo. They're amazing little kids, and they have their moments, but down the road I can see how they're going to be, and they're going to be some pretty cool kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're going to be cool kids.
Let's can we talk about that? You talked about kind of the spark of your relationship, and Abby giving you the LoCo Experience podcast as her calling card.
Yeah.
When was this? This was what, like 2022 or something like that?
We just celebrated our 3-year anniversary.
2023 then, virtually.
Yep. Yeah. February 17th, 2023.
Okay. Yep.
We met.
So you were basically 1 year in last year, 2024, for LoCo's 10-year anniversary party, where I got
2 years ago.
2 years ago? Oh yeah, this is 2026. Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Math's hard.
But so you were 1 year in when we got to know each other a little better, because you drove me and Joel home from my 10-year anniversary party. Thank you for
her
that
and
again.
I were just kind of getting our footing going. And
Yeah.
And it's kind of
well,
like
we were pretty serious by that point already. I could tell.
Getting our footing, like we were living together
But she
at
was
that point.
recovering kind of from a recent split up with her kid's dad and stuff. Yet, I mean, she was a couple years out, but
yeah. Not to get into too many personal things with our relationship, but we met in our first date was at the Mishawaka.
Perfect.
She almost stood me up, but she didn't. She was only 3 hours late.
Abby.
Luckily, I knew all the bartenders and the servers there from working and living with them back in the day. So I was just hanging out. They were like, she's not going to come. Anyways, this beautiful woman comes walking in the door, and I was like, all right, don't mess this up,
And the
Joel.
rest of the staff.
And at that point,
she's going out with you?
Or at that point, I was like three hours into just hanging out by myself, thinking I was definitely, I had more drinks in me than she did, which was 0. So I was like, don't mess this up, Joel. We ended up having a beautiful date, and just deeply connected right off the bat. I think on the 3rd date or something like that, I was like, I'm going to marry you someday.
Yeah.
I told her mom that the first time I met her mom. Mom was like, what?
Awesome.
But yeah, it's been a great journey. And when you know.
Yeah.
It's super easy. And, we started living together right off the bat, and she's got kids. So,
how old are boys now?
9 and 12.
Oh, wow.
So if any of you guys out there, if you're going to date a woman with kids, you better be sure that it's there, and
There's an extra
like for
layer
me,
of
I avoided women with children dating wise.
Sure.
Prior to her, she's the first woman I ever dated with children, because I was afraid of like having to break up with her, and I wasn't sure. I would meet a girl and she'd be like, I have kids, and I was like, I'm just not, I don't feel it or whatever. And I wasn't willing to like pursue something knowing that like, I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's funny. Like, this is probably too personal, but whatever. I'm the host of the podcast. But the first girl I kind of seriously dated in college had a kid, and she was like 2 years older than me. I was like 20, and like her kid thought I was so cool, and like in part she broke up with me because like
her kid liked you more.
Liked me quite a bit. Yeah, her kid liked me more than she did. Clearly, it shouldn't have been a problem if she was actually serious about me.
Well, at 20 years old, you can't be serious about anything.
No, for sure. Although I was the dorkiest dork out of the county of Dorkopolis.
I could see that.
Time. Yeah, I kind of hit my stride at 24, soon before I met Jill, my wife.
She set you straight.
Well, I was coming into my own, but I was definitely, I've always been a late bloomer.
Mm-hmm.
I was just slow to mature. Some would argue that I'm still not very mature for a upper middle-aged man.
I think you're doing great.
So anyway, tell me about the kids.
Kids
are
are great.
To
yeah.
share your perspective on her boys.
Yeah, of course. I love them both dearly, like my own.
Individually though,
yeah, Lorenzo's the youngest.
He's the younger. Okay.
He's the youngest. He's super. He loves seals. We're actually one of our friends out in California was an Academy Award-winning director, and I was like, let's make a movie about seals for Mark, and so we're writing this little movie about seals. It's Stella and the Odd Pod. That's awesome. Is what we're calling it. He's super crafty. He loves music. He's like a natural
imagination
piano player.
Wow.
Like he just picked up the piano and he's like, "This is a G chord," and I'm like, "I play guitar for 12 years, or like 15 years, and I still don't know anything on." Anyways, amazing little artist. Loves hockey, football, Steelers. Yeah, he's just he's 9, so he's got
some changing to do.
He's got his he's still figuring out how to mature.
Sure.
Zeke is he's our 12-year-old, and anything sports.
Okay.
He's 100% sports kid.
Gotcha.
Athlete all the way. Sweetheart of a kid. Very just a kind, gentle little boy. And
you guys are getting married next winter? No, this
summer?
July.
End of July.
Oh, yeah,
July 25th.
Okay.
Big party weekend.
Where's the festivities?
We just bought a farm on North Shields, the old Hope Farm property that's now called Ripple and Water Farms. Ripple and Water Farm.
And that's not not going to be your estate place though, or anything. It's just a small.
No. This is just a
home farm.
Well, we're actually doing Rough Cut Flower Co. is Abby's flower company.
Yep.
She spawned off 2 years ago, and so we're really kicking that into high gear this year, as well as I used to have an old farming co-op, food co-op called Rocky Mountain Roots Cooperative that I'm going to revive.
Okay.
So
you're going to grow vegetables and stuff out there too?
Bunch of vegetables.
No shit.
Bunch of flowers, bunch of veggies.
You got labor for that, or are you guys planting those vegetables, or what?
We got 2 kids.
Figured out.
We got 2 kids,
12
man.
And 9, man.
When I was their age, I was out plowing the fields.
I was too. I love it.
I had my oxen whipping it.
Dude, transmitting that, even though both you and Abby have, you've built some pretty cool businesses and machines, you've built some wealth, even though a lot of it doesn't materialize for you, at least right now, in near-term income, because it's all in whiskey barrels.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of vision.
But having those kids have that kind of similar work ethic, growing up scrappy, and
their work ethic is trash, if you ask
me. Well,
don't even get me started.
A couple summers of planting the farm, and it might be a little strong.
I was like, at 3 years in, I'd be like, these kids should be able to run a chainsaw by now.
So it goes.
No, just to close on the farm thing, we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
We're in the process right now with the county to, if you're familiar with the property, it's on North Shields. It's got the nice, beautiful red barn, and just before Willix on the left-hand side, on the west side of the road. So we just bought that, and in that red barn, we're going to turn the bottom half into a farm stand. So you'll be able to come out and get fresh cut flowers, vegetables, as well as some sustainable home good products.
Did you buy that from an architect? No. Farm. Okay.
No.
Across the street, by the river there's an architect, Stan. Anyway, I digress. I'm on the wrong property.
I don't know where you're at.
It's okay. We'll talk about it later.
That's where we're going to get married. There's a big event barn out there.
Oh, awesome.
And we're going to throw a weekend we can hang with the fam and the friends, and it's
So,
gonna be a big wedding.
I can
Abby's
park
not
my-
excited about how big the wedding is,
I
but
can park my ambulance camper out there on premises.
and do podcasts.
Well, I don't know if we need to do that, but it's a camper mostly.
Well,
so I just
you
want to
should
be
probably
able to...
podcast Abby the morning of and see how stressed out she
How's
is.
it going? I need to have her on again sometime soon too.
You do, yeah.
What else do you want to share? I guess it feels like we should do a shot of WizCal before we get into the LoCo experience. Is that appropriate?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we really touched base on the launch of the company.
Oh yeah. Let's talk more about that.
How much time we got? After the
going back
event
to-
industry, after COVID hit, really,
Yeah.
you know, the event industry kind of took a dip, hard dip,
Right.
solid freeze,
Like a zero.
zero,
100 to
hard
zero.
zero dip. And I really had a chance to get back up to my farm in Risk Canyon, and all my old ops guys.
Oh, you're on like sabbatical.
I'm done. Like, we're on PPP, and the
Right.
company's shut down,
Right.
and we're still kind of tittering around with drive-in shows. We're trying to figure that out. But this is like
Right.
early in COVID. This is like when COVID shut down.
Right,
Like,
right.
everything was just like, nobody talk to anybody because you're gonna die.
Right.
And I'm up on my.
We didn't really do that.
I was like, well, hell, I got a mini X and 48 acres. I'm gonna start digging some road, and I'm like posting this stuff on Facebook. And anyways, I had like 9 friends of mine reach out. They were like, hey, old. They used to work for me or work with
Okay.
me. They're like, we're in Denver, riots are happening, and all the, this was during the whole
Sure.
riots and COVID and everything. And they were like, can we just come up on the farm and hang out? Like,
right.
and we ended up
We're getting
having
a lot of done.
9 people up on my property. So like, we built a log cabin. I have a sawmill. We're like, I just reconnected.
I love it.
I just reconnected with like why I moved to the mountains, why I lived in the mountains,
Yeah.
my homestead property. I spent over a decade building this farm up
So you
on.
bought it as raw land and you had a yurt way back when?
No,
or
I bought. So that was a different property.
Okay.
But I bought it was an A-frame, and that was
Okay.
it. But then I ended up developing this entire homestead property.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing up there. I love it. It's rock climbing cliffs, and just it's an adult playground. Anyways, like, we're all up there, and I'm like, do I really want to go back to events?
Right.
And at that point, my career, I was 10 years in, and operations is like the
It
nuts
looks a lot
and
like
bolts.
work. Yeah.
It's hard work. Like, we're the first to come, last to pull out, as we call it. What's up, Pirate Rabbit Ops? we were in a brass tack of
Persistence is necessary in that.
we were a hard-nosed bunch of guys, and I'd roll in with my crew. We were
Get
probably
shit
7
done.
strong, and we'd throw a whole festival with 7 guys.
Wow.
We'd build everything, and and
Yeah.
we were hard-ass working guys. And,
You're not logistics. You're that plus
we're
getting shit
logistics and everything, and then we'd have
Right.
to plan. Anyways, it was just a lot at that point in my life, and I kind of lost I became a little jaded with the industry as a whole. Just like, if an event did well, we didn't get bonuses, but if an event was not selling well, they were trying to cut our pay or cut.
done. Right.
It was like slash. Oh, I just made money. I made money. Not, I'm going to share the wealth with everyone that actually worked
To pull it off.
tirelessly.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'd sleep 4
That's
hours a
actually one of
night
the things
for 2 weeks in a row.
My dad has like no leases mostly with his landlords.
Mm-hmm.
But when he has a really good year farming, he gives them like as much as a 50% bonus.
Yeah.
He's
And
like,
it's-
I don't want to
and it-
have this high of a
And that never happened.
necessary price.
And I just realized
you
that.
never got
like,
a 10% bonus.
I spent my career fighting for dollars that I felt I was earned, like I had earned. Like,
yeah.
I'm literally there every day. Anyways, not
Yeah.
to digress, but so coming out of COVID, or coming into COVID,
You
Jess
built a compound.
Jess was always like, when you want to start this distillery, I wrote the business plan like 15 years ago at this
damn.
point. So like, it was always my exit strategy.
Mm.
And at that point I was like, okay, I think this is the moment. If there's no sign in the world more clear than
Right.
this. So Jess was like, if you're into it, man, like, I'm in, let's do it. I'm also kind of looking for what I'm going to do in my next
Right.
trajectory. And
Because
we
he's
started
like
looking around town.
industry focused attorney. Events are slow,
Exactly,
all that
and-
for him too.
And
Whatnot.
he's just kind of he's getting older, and he wants to just kind
Yeah.
of hanging out and owning a distillery and doing distillery stuff sounds
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
as long as we can make it work financially
Right.
for everybody.
Right.
So we started looking around, and that's when we found the spot we're at right now.
The back room of Funkwerks that they didn't need at the time.
And the whole time, like up in Pine Acres, I was always like, I had a hop farm, little hop section of my farm up there, so I was always home brewing. I always my grandfather made wine.
You
so it was
didn't
always,
officially home distill, but
I didn't officially home distill, but
you might have.
I may have
tried.
distilled water at some point.
Right.
That's actually how I got into it. My neighbor Kyle, also one of my best men, one of my best friends, and he we'd go over to his house and we'd drink Coors Original and take nips of whiskey, and Moonshiners was on, and there was an episode where the still blew up, and I was like, this is bullshit. And he's like, I bet you couldn't do that without blowing yourself up. And so we bet a bottle, and then I had like a week or something like that. I forget what it is now, but to make a still. And so I made my first still, and I actually distilled like nasty spring water, and then I had to drink it. and then I won like a bottle of Basil Hayden or Blanton's or something like that.
I dig it.
And then I was like, well, shit. I got this still. And then nothing happened afterwards.
What happens if you put beer in it? Yeah.
I just put it away.
Sure, of course. Yeah. So I didn't realize this idea was that deep.
Long time. Like, this whole idea, my original business plan was written, I think it was 13 or 14 years ago.
And was that like headed toward that estate kind of
everything,
model?
Everything. We're pretty much following the
blueprint. But there's a lot of steps along the way.
It was the model of it was when I realized that a lot of distilleries are white labeling and buying
fake news.
MS or oh shit, I can't.
Whatever, fake juice, octopus.
Yeah, just juice, bulk made juice. It happens everywhere,
Put a label on it, whatever.
Slap a label on it, and then it wasn't actually the distillery. It's like, what if we were able to do this? And then I learned, more about the industry. What if I could malt? What if we could farm? What if we could, bring all this together? And then at the time, there was probably like 5 or 6 estate distilleries in the entire USA.
Yeah.
It's a big thing over in like
Scotland
and those areas, France, where big rolling estates, and they make eau de vies and cognacs and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's more like the estate model in France, for example.
Yeah, because they're growing growing grapes.
Ton of grape country, and they make cognacs but I was like, what if we brought that to Colorado? And then in the meantime, Colorado is just becoming this more and more epicenter of distilled spirits. We're winning more awards. The distilleries that are out there are just doing great stuff, and we're really excited to start getting our juice out there. And like, I love it. It's so different, and I think it hits that chord that it's not like anything else, and it's it has that backbone that you want from a bourbon, but it has the nuances that you don't know what it is, and that's exciting for me.
I don't disagree, and I just poured myself a little more WhizzCal to jump into your second LoCo experience.
LoCo experience, okay.
Yeah.
The craziest experience I can think of? Is that it?
Yeah, craziest that comes to mind right now.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Wait, no, I can't do that one. Jess won't let me do that one.
Okay. Is there any Abby wouldn't let you do?
No, she's pretty cool. So
Jess
give me
a prompt.
Yeah, give me something that like a category of craziness, because like something crazy in the music or something crazy in
Let's talk about a specific.
Because I have a lot of crazy stories.
Let's talk about a jam cruise experience. Because you just came back from a jam cruise.
Yeah. Crazy experience or just like amazing experience?
Amazing. I mean, whatever. I mean, crazy can be amazing too. It doesn't have to be nutty balls.
I'm gonna give a plug.
Give a plug for jam cruise. Because you were trying to sell
this is my
jam
ninth.
cruise.
This is my 9th year in a row. You're coming up on 10 years. We're
That's a pretty good advertisement for jam cruise.
Yeah, I mean, there's people there. This is the 22nd cruise that they've done.
Okay.
And there's people that have been 22. It is the best party I've ever been to in my life. It is a professional partier's party. So like, there's nobody sloppy. Like, it's like everyone is like
They're tuned
together.
in.
They're
Yeah.
tuned in from sun up to sundown, or sometimes sun up and sundown. Most of my playthrough events happen at Jam Cruise.
Fair.
We have an amazing crew from California that we linked up with 3 or 4 years ago now, and we roll like room to room to room together. Shout out to the party boat people.
So next year at Jam Cruise, by the way, you need to have some kegs of party time.
No, we're not gonna do that. That's too
Too self-serving.
I mean, well, I'd love to.
Seems
but
like it would fit nice.
it's no. There's
Just
too
gotta
many
call 'em.
logistics.
Just call 'em.
I know them, but we're not
Send
gonna
a
do
couple kegs. It's that easy. Just send
We'll
a couple
just smuggle
kegs out
some into
there.
our room.
Yeah, sure. Just bring them along in your baggage.
Okay,
Anyway,
so if you haven't been to Jam Cruise, try it. It's amazing. It's not necessarily about the music, even though the music's nonstop. The best bands that I've ever seen are bands that I've never heard of.
yeah,
Like this year, Disco blew my mind.
dig it.
They were like their sets were amazing. Like it was like
And is this jam like fish kind of style?
it's everything.
Whatever?
Like this year was like a jazz mandolin project.
Oh,
MMW was on the boat, so it's called Jam Cruise because it started
yeah.
as jam.
It's like Telluride bluegrass isn't just bluegrass either.
Exactly, and
Fair.
there's a heavy funk, New Orleans funk,
Okay, dig it.
underlining all the time.
This might sell Jill on telling
And then there's
me that we're
a
gonna go
nice
on
little
Jam Cruise
bluegrass
next year.
daytime backline that happens,
Dig
and
it.
then there's obviously jam and like electronic,
Sure.
but
So
craziest, not the craziest, most beautiful,
most amazing Jam
most
Cruise
amazing Jam
experience.
Cruise moment. Well, first is when I married Abby last year on the boat. I'm obligated to say that.
Like actually,
Well, it was like a Jam Cruise
Unofficially.
marriage.
Yeah,
It was like, hey, we're on Jam Cruise.
let's
It
get
was a
married.
band marrying us, but we all dressed. We had the best men, and she was dressed, and it was amazing. It's our Jam Cruise marriage.
Okay.
We celebrate it every year on the second to last night. But the
Because you
most
guys are gonna go jam cruising every year until you're dead
every
or
year she's
unable.
hooked. My biggest thing with her, I was like, if we're gonna be together, you need to know either I'm gonna go or we're gonna go.
Right. It'd be better if we went.
Yeah. And she was skeptical at first. Now she's sold. This was about 4 years ago. It was a playthrough, unexpected playthrough night. And we're hanging out. There's like ends the night at this disco thing, and there's like this disco, like electronic lounge. And then we leave there, and there's like this group of people come walking by, and I'm walking, and they're like, kickball on the deck. And I was like, hell yeah, sunrise kickball on the deck. Let's do it. So we go up and we're playing kickball, and after like 2 hours, the sun's up, and I'm like, okay, we dock at it's MSC's private island called Ocean Cay,
Okay.
or no, actually we were in
I went to
not
Disney
Ocean Cay.
private
We
island
were
one
in Grand Turks actually.
Oh, Turks and Caicos area there.
Yeah, the other Turks, other than Turks and Caicos, the
Okay.
Grand Turk.
Sure.
We docked there, and I'm like, okay, I'm done with this kickball game. This is debauchery. I'm going to bed.
It's 9 a.m.
Sun's up. So I start walking back, and all of a sudden, like, these people are like, oh my God, there's a whale. And I'm like, oh wow, I look out, and there's this mom and her calf. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. After like 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm going to go back to my room. So I go back to my room, and I'm literally like, probably 9 stories up. And this mom and her calf, and then this father whale was like circling out and like splashing way out in the ocean to like keep a safety perimeter, I guess.
Okay.
And the mom was teaching the calf how to breach and splash.
Oh wow.
And this was going on for like 3 hours. And like directly underneath me, they'd come next to the boat and they'd go out, and I'd never experienced anything like it. And like the dad was like 40 feet long or something, 50 feet
Right.
long, and like, and it
And
was
he's
so
keeping
beautiful.
the perimeter, and he's just chilling around.
And then eventually they swim off and they're done, and I'm like, wow, that was amazing. It's like noon at this point. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
Lunch?
And then all of a sudden these sea turtles pop up from next to the boat, and like there's this group of, I don't know what you call a pod of sea turtles, but this group of turtles, there's like 3 or 4 turtles, and they're just like swimming around, like pecking at the side of the boat, eating like plankton or whatever.
Whatever
moss.
barnacles off the side, whatever.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is like the most amazing day. And at that point, I was like, well, music started, and then
Might as well just play through.
the night started, and here we go.
So you had like a 40-hour day.
It was a solid 2-dayer. But it doesn't matter. Like,
It doesn't matter.
In Jam Cruise, it doesn't
It's
matter.
Jam
Like
Cruise.
you're
Time doesn't matter.
The way that Abby and I described it, it's like a cosmic journey out into the ocean.
I'm kind of in.
Okay, what's your story? Local experience.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I don't have. I have
What's
to
your
think
most
of a
beautiful-
tropical-
what's your
a
most beautiful tropic
experience
moment?
like that? Beautiful tropic moment. It's not very beautiful, but I caught a marlin
Ooh,
in November last year.
did you eat it?
No, we had to give it back. The charter we were on was like you gotta
catch and release.
Either you catch and release or you pay to have it mounted from our sponsor, the taxidermy shop next door.
Oh wow.
But it was kind of cool because we caught our exchange student Sarah caught a mahi early in the morning.
Cool.
We booked a half day on just kind of a general charter.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, it was, and then it got slow. Nothing happened for like 3 hours. But on the way back,
You guys are deep sea.
well, we were shore fishing kind of, and then on the way back, I was like, "Hey, Carlos, what's going on out there? Because there's like 50 boats, like 2 miles out to sea." And he was like, "They're catching marlins, or they're fishing for marlins." I was like, "Well, let's
go fish for a
check
marlin.
for that." So
There's nothing worse than fishing and not catching fish.
Exactly. And we hadn't even had a bite hardly since that first small mahi that Sarah brought in. And Josh, so we were there, my wife, Jill, and then her best girlfriend, Andrea, and Andrea's boyfriend, soon-to-be fiance, I suspect, Josh. So
No pressure, Josh.
He was next up, but you'd be right to put a ring on it if you get a chance. Yeah. Anyway, so Josh hooks into this marlin, and he's reeling and whatnot, and then like 4 minutes later, there's another marlin, and we're fishing.
You guys
like
caught 2 marlin
at
the same time? Wow.
Same time, and his, they had to like.
Were all the boats catching marlin, or was it just
Yes,
you guys?
actually, we witnessed like 10 jumping fish before we hooked. And then all of a sudden, we're hooked on 2 sides, and Josh's line got tangled with another fish that they got it off somehow.
Crazy.
And so both of us, and I don't have a seat. I don't have a fish chair. I'm just going wherever, and I've got literally.
Are you hooked in?
No.
No.
Fuck no. I've got a ping pong ball on the back of a frickin' small, weak-ass fishing rod. And I ended up, it took me a little longer, but mine was 10 feet long, and his was 9 feet long.
No big deal.
No big deal. And then they bring it up, and we got some cool videos. His jumped like 9 times. I've got a cool Instagram. And then we let him go, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But I've eaten marlin before. And so next time I book a charter in Cabo to go fishing, it's going to be one that lets me bring my marlin home. Cause,
I've never deep sea'd where we weren't able to eat the fish.
yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I mean, it's kind of funny. It's a weird economic model down there.
But it's
where
also, I think
they
it's
want
kind
to
of
protect their
responsible.
industry.
too.
It is
It's
responsible, especially with the Colorado River no longer like dumping nutrients into the bay down there and stuff, and supporting that ecosystem. It's
Is there still a
responsible.
river in Colorado?
No, I mean not really.
Not this year.
But what it seems like is a corruption of the economic model where the taxidermy industry has lobbied the local fishermen only to let people keep the fish if they mount them, because that way they get way more mounts.
But when
they
you mount
pay.
a fish, though, don't you just skin it?
Yeah.
And
Totally.
then they keep the meat.
Well, but you get to keep that meat theoretically, but now you pay $3,000 for your
Oh, so
fish.
yeah, okay.
So
you
the
get
taxidermy
the meat and
companies,
a mount.
correct? But the taxidermy companies basically subsidize the fishing places to say you can only keep this if you taxidermy it.
Gotcha.
And so they get way more. They get probably 10 times as many mountings as they would otherwise,
For sure.
or 5 at least, or something.
You want to eat that marlin, you better pay to have it on
Right,
your wall.
exactly, because it was $400. I don't know, it was 150-pound fish, easy.
That's crazy.
So maybe 100
That's a
pounds
fight
of meat.
too, man.
Oh,
Good job.
it was
Holy
45
cow.
minutes. Oh, my arm was so wasted for so long.
Yeah, I mean, like catching a bass. It's like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
up there.
no, it was a chore. And mine, I had that weak-ass rod with a freaking ping pong ball. And basically.
Jamming
and
it into your hip.
He ran down like 100 yards, like right
Yeah.
when he got hooked. He didn't come up to the surface like Josh's did. He just like went, I'm out.
Straight.
So anyway, I don't know.
Crazy.
It's not the same as watching whales or sea turtles, but it was, in the end, a very beautiful interaction with those fish.
Well, come on, Jam Cruise.
Yeah,
and we can watch sea turtles and whales together.
I hope so.
And then let's go to Mexico and let's
catch some fish and bring them home.
eat them.
Yeah,
because I'm a chef.
For sure. I'm down.
Ceviche. Boom.
Ceviche. Thanks, Joel.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having
That's
me
awesome.
over.
Thanks for
again.
sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah, I love it. We
Seed
love it.
Spirit.
We love it. We love. We support you guys, and we really want to be a part of your journey and your success. And we're grateful to be the Seed and Spirit,
The Spirit sponsor, we
the
call
Seed
you.
and Spirit sponsor. Hey, thanks a lot for having me on again. It's been super fun. Really grateful to be a sponsor of this amazing
Think you're
organization and podcast.
I can't wait to watch somebody get married at your estate distillery in 6 years.
Party time.
Party time.
Lager.
Lager.